The theme of this discussion is how Donald Trump is easily, as I rack my brain as a student of history, and easily the most untalented um, leader that I have ever heard of or read about or seen in my lifetime or in probably in any other lifetimes. I mean, the guy has none of the traditional skills that you would attach to any person that would be running any organization of any size or value. He's not smart. He's not organized. He's not disciplined. He can't absorb large amounts of information. He's not compassionate. He's not eloquent. He's not purposefully funny. Uh, he really has not one human redeeming feature. He's a giant pile of orange dung and of every bad quality that the subhumans walking around on this planet have. Trump has them all. He is garbage personified. So he has no skills. And the two things that he's managed was one, inheriting a lot of New York real estate from Fred Trump right before a massive real estate boom. You know, in the early to mid 80s, he inherited a giant amount of real estate, and then it exploded in value in the mid to late 80s. Uh, and he blew most of that money because any moron, if they just held on to that real estate, managed it, leased it, they would end up being much richer than what Donald Trump is now, with much less liabilities than Donald Trump has. We know he's the only bozo to go bankrupt in the casino business, being a casino owner. Nobody else in human history has failed as miserably in the casino business as Donald Trump, publicly in Atlantic City, anywhere, at any time that we have any record of, in at least that I know of in America, or anywhere else in the world that I've heard of. So he's an epic bozo as a businessman as well. He just hasn't had the opportunity to fritter away the name recognition and the ability to get money from these bozos donating to him. Um, the second thing that he did politically that made his career among the terrorist Republic clan that is decimating America and the globe is that he was the loudest bigot in the room after Barack Obama was elected the first non-white, first African-American president. And at the time that all the crazies, racists, the terrorist rural and southern population, and the angry white guys were riled up, Trump was the loudest bigot in the room when they were looking for the loudest bigot in the room. That is the totality of Donald Trump's accomplishments. That and having The Apprentice handed to him and The Art of the Deal written for him. Other than that, the guy is a complete failure at everything that he has touched. As president, there was no reason. He didn't need to go against what all the scientists and experts said. He didn't need to go out and call COVID a hoax, encourage super spreader events, make mask wearing a partisan issue. If he did none of those things, we probably would not have had 85% of the deaths, because America had 5.5 times the global average of deaths, even though we were late to get COVID and had all the advantages and money to fight it. It was this bozo's response, pure and simple. He didn't have to do those things, but something about this idiot made him have to impose himself as the smartest person in the room and disagree with the experts and the scientists and the nerds and the eggheads who thought they were smarter than, the Dawn on some subject. He had to just make things up. And that kind of erratic behavior is what cost him what should have been an easy re-election, because he's very popular and there's a lot of terrorists among the terrorists. And there's a lot of terrorists in America, as we saw on January the 6th. So, Donald Trump has not one redeeming talent. Nothing. And what that says, that makes it even more frightening, is that just being a loud bigot and a white supremacist and being white in America, white, right wing, and racist and rich in America, although none of those things are talent, just having those things establishes you among the 74 million crazies as the best candidate. They love Trump more than any Republican in history. And he has nothing. He has nothing. He's worse than every Republican, every Democrat, everything in terms of as a politician or the success that he had in anything. So it shows that that's all that they want. It's not the main thing that they want. That's the be all and end all. They think immigrants and foreigners are sucking them dry, when in actuality, immigration is a giant net positive to the American economy. And in fact, they grow grow the size of your market, your consumer base, your worker base, your tax base. But the stupids don't know this, and they don't care. They like to blame foreigners and scapegoat people just like Donald Trump. And Donald Trump gives them the validation of their own bigotry, racism, stupidity, and toxicity. He validates that and says it's okay. And that's why they love him more than anything else and anyone else. Because the man has no ability. He is a complete failure as a track record. And he was a complete liar and corrupt crook and failure as a president and as a businessman before that. But beyond that, beyond the loud bigotry as his biggest talent, that's what America was looking for in 2016, post-Obama. So that's what we got. And he has mass murdered and decimated and destroyed the country and handed over something that does not in any way resemble the America that Donald Trump took over in 2016. He's handed over a mortally wounded country. And that's the rant for today.